for watching this video. This is Toxcyn Takes Tokyo, and I want you to come with me on this journey through Tokyo. It's going to be a fun ride. Thanks for clicking on the video. This is going to be a great experience talking to you about my great little trip that I had here in Tokyo. I've been here before several times, but this time I wanted to vlog it for you guys. So I hope you enjoy. Make sure you like and subscribe, and let me know what you think in the comments down below. Check it out. Alright, so I just got to my hotel room, which is inside the airport. Extremely exhausted, but it's only about 6 p.m. I landed about 4 o'clock. I went and grabbed myself a burger to eat, some burger and some fries. Basically, whatever I had in the airport. There's not too much stuff in the airport to eat, but they do have a restaurant in the hotel as well, but I didn't want to eat there right away. I just wanted to grab something real quick, get to my room, get all the clothes off, shower, get these fancy pajamas on, and basically hang out for a couple of hours because I don't want to go to sleep too early, even though I'm really tired, because I don't want to throw the schedule off. So I am a little jet lagged. I'm gonna try to go to bed around 8, 9 o'clock at night and wake up early in the morning, get the free hotel breakfast, hop on the KQ train, either to Shinjuku or wherever, and just hit that Tokyo circle. It's the weekend here. The weekends are pretty busy, so I don't want to go to any of the big stores where I know I'm gonna have a hard time getting through. So I gotta figure out what I want to do on the weekends, and I know what I want to do on the weekdays. I might go retro game shopping on the weekends. That might not be too bad. All the tourist stuff is gonna be really busy, so I'll do that in the middle of the week, and then we'll see what we do from there. So I got my Switch set up here. We'll game for a little bit, and then I'm out like a light. Alright, so it's day one here. Yesterday I landed around 4 o'clock in the afternoon, unpacked, slept, and I'm awake. It is almost 7:30 in the morning here in Tokyo. I just had some breakfast at the breakfast buffet. It was really good, but it's still too early. All the stores are closed. There's nothing I could really do at this early in the morning. People haven't even gotten to work yet. So I'm just gonna hang out for a little bit, play some of the Switch, and I'm thinking today I might want to go to Harajuku and head over to the Bape store. I really want to see if I can get myself a nice little tiger hoodie for a couple $100 cheaper than I would if I were to buy it in New York City. Usually those things cost around $500 to $800 in New York, whereas here you can get them for $300 to $500, which is a lot cheaper, especially because right now the dollar is a little bit stronger than the yen, and because there's no import tax. So that makes a huge difference. Love buying my clothes when I'm in Japan. I save tons of money. It's a fun experience, so I'm probably gonna do that first. The day's gonna be long, so I might also hit up the arcades. Definitely want to play some games. I'm not sure if I want to do the retro game shopping first today or the arcades, but it really depends. The day's gonna be long and there's tons of stuff I can do, so we'll see. Maybe I'll do both. I could do both, but I definitely want to check out the Nintendo store and the Pokemon Center, but I might do that on Monday or Tuesday because in the weekend it's really packed. So we'll hold off on that and we'll see. So let's see how our day goes. Alright guys, so I just got back from my long journey today. Ooh, what a day it was. So I left here about 9:30 this morning. I jumped on the JR Yamanote line. Excuse me, I jumped on the Keisei line. Transferred at Shinagawa to the Yamanote line, which is basically the green train that goes all the way around Tokyo in a circle. Well, first thing I did was head over to Shinjuku because I wanted to hit up the Babe store and pick up some clothes. Well, I got a new hoodie, and when I tell you I got like a $600 hoodie for like 280 bucks US, yeah, big deal. Anyway, from there I wasn't sure what I wanted to do, so I headed straight over to Akihabara, and I hit the arcades and I looked for some retro video games, which I gotta say, if you're looking for retro video games, you do not want to go to Akihabara because the prices there are freaking ridiculous, and it is slim pickings. I mean, there is nothing in those stores. No, they do have a lot of rare games, but they're very, very expensive. They're not, almost not even worth getting unless you're just going to buy one holy grail game. And they had plenty of those. I mean, they had some really cool Japanese exclusives. I saw Pulse Man there at a high price, of course, and some other high price games. But if you're going to do retro video game hunting, specifically in Japan, you don't want to do it in Tokyo. You don't want to do it in Akihabara. I highly recommend you leave the city and check retro game stores out in the countryside, maybe by Osaka or in some other small towns outside of the city, because otherwise you're going to be there with a whole bunch of other tourists who are all looking for the same video games. You're not going to find much, but I did pick up some stuff, so I'll show you my haul right now. So not like I need any more wrestling shirts, but I picked up a NJPW shirt, and oh look, another Bullet Club shirt. Like I don't have 100 of these already. So I got one of these, and I got one of these. And as for the video games, I didn't pick up much, but I'll show you what I got. So I got some commons here. These are very cheap. These are not too bad. Super Mario Advance 4, which is Super Mario Advance 3, obviously. I got Super Mario Advance 3, which is Yoshi's Island. I picked up a loose copy of Galaga 88, because why not? It's a great game for PC Engine. And last but not least, I got two more. This is a Japanese version of JJ and Jeff. Yeah, I think this is Kato and Ken. And they charge you based on quality, so this is a B quality. So it wasn't too expensive, and I got R-Type. Now, the PC Engine games, there were really no good games. I did find PC Genjin 3, which is Bunk's Adventure 3. That was almost 65, 70 bucks. I passed on it because I can get that cheaper on eBay, believe it or not. But this is all I got so far for the video games. Also, I couldn't find any Neo Geo games in Neo Geo Mini, I'm sorry, or Pocket. They only had one baseball game. To me, it wasn't worth the pickup. So I just picked up some games that I could play on my Analog Pocket. And I'm good with that. And as for the Bape hoodie, I just picked up a Tiger hoodie because I have a Shark hoodie, but I don't have a Tiger hoodie. And this was way cheaper here than it's ever going to be in the US, because the US, they have to import it and then they charge you more tax. I didn't pay any tax on this because when you show your passport, you don't have to pay tax. So I know it's summer and this is not going to do me any good in the summer, but once the summer ends, that's when you want to start wearing the hoodies. Well, glad I got this, and I think I'm done for the shopping today. So definitely gonna do some more other fun stuff tomorrow. But I am beat. My feet are killing me. I'm exhausted. So one of the coolest things about buying games used is that this guy has a save file. He's got almost 500 lives, and he has like everything almost 100% complete. Yeah, so there's literally no way I'm gonna delete this game file. I might even back it up and dump it because that's pretty freaking cool. This guy's got like 98% of the whole game completed. All right, so day 2 was pretty interesting. The first thing I wanted to do when I woke up was head over to Joypolis. It is a Sega indoor theme park in Odaiba, which is on a man-made island here in Japan by Tokyo, which is pretty cool. It was very, very nice. It was a great view. Definitely had fun going there. I was kind of disappointed in Joypolis. It wasn't as fun as it looked online. I did watch a bunch of reviews online where people talked about the experience and basically said whether it was worth it or not. And after a couple of views, I felt confident in going. I thought it would be okay. I'm a huge Sonic nerd, so definitely had to go at least for the Sonic aspect of it, but I was kind of let down. It was disappointing. I went early in the morning when they opened up, and there wasn't really much to do. Now, there's an indoor theme park. A lot of the rides require you to know some kind of Japanese, and because I'm by myself on this trip, it was kind of awkward. There were no lines, and it just wasn't very good. I did play the House of the Dead experience, which kind of sucked. Now, that machine, it's basically the House of the Dead Scarlet Dawn, but on a bigger scale. It's a huge, massive projector screen, and you're sitting in a chair like a roller coaster, and it moves around, and it blows air, and makes noise and rumbles. So that was pretty cool. However, the game was a modified version of the game. This version of the game had infinite ammo. You just had to hold the trigger down. There was no reloading. You didn't run out of ammo. And the first level was basically the same, except they cut the ending of it where you would go to level 2. Instead of going to level 2, it gives you a mini boss that wasn't in the original regular arcade version. It's over in about 4 minutes or less, actually, so it kind of sucked. I wasn't a fan of that. The gun rumble was weird. It was like low power, almost like it didn't have enough juice, so instead of really clicking hard, it sounded really light and very cheap. And I was just over that, so I feel that was lame. I bought the full park passport, which is about $45, and I wasted it because I was out of there in like 20 minutes. There was just nothing really enjoyable to do. So I did play a crane game, and I was able to win the Soul Charmander. Now, I was able to win that with only 2 credits. Now, when I went to the machine, it looked like somebody had previously tried to pick it up, and at some point they gave up and left it close to the door, so I figured I could probably get it, and lo and behold, I was able to snag that. Funny thing is, when I picked it up, there was a big celebration. It was like a huge, big thing. They came out, they congratulated me, they offered me a bag. I felt like I won the lottery, basically, so that was really cool. That was my favorite part of Joypolis. There was a Phoenix Wright game. I didn't play it because, again, you have to know Japanese. Most of the rides in Joypolis, you have to speak Japanese. Otherwise, you're not gonna enjoy it. So there really wasn't too much to do in Joypolis. I did also buy this pretty cool Sonic fan. Now, it's extremely hot here in Tokyo. It's the land of the rising sun, and when you're underneath the sun, it is extremely brutal. It's way hotter here than it is back in the States for, to my shock and chagrin, it's killing me out here. So instead of buying one of those plastic fans that everyone's using here, which I probably should have bought, I just grabbed one of these and waved myself down. So after doing some of that, I left. Joypolis wasn't that great. I felt like I wasted my money on that pass. Right upstairs, though, they had a really cool arcade, and that was where I had my most fun. They had tons of arcade games, machines that I had never seen in my life before, different style cabinets, almost very unique and exclusive to Japan. And I'm not just talking about candy cabs. I mean, they had cabinets there that I've never seen before in my life. It was really, really interesting. They had some other classic arcades there, and even pinball. They had a whole bunch of pinball there. I'm glad I went up there. That was the best part of it. That kind of made up for the lack of fun that I had at Joypolis. And then from there, I headed back to Tokyo proper, Akihabara, and I started looking for some retro games again, but again, I couldn't really find anything good. I did pick up Legendary Axe for the PC Engine, because right now I'm looking for PC Engine. Anything that I can play on the Analog Pocket with the adapter, I've been looking for. But I did see some really cool stuff. I went to the Pokemon Center in Shibuya. There's actually two. I went to one in Shibuya and one in Shinjuku. And I got to see the Mewtwo statue, which was really cool. I always wanted to see that. They don't have that in the United States as far as I'm concerned. I don't think I've seen one. I had never even seen a Pokemon Center in the United States. Now, we do have a Nintendo store in New York City, but it was cool to see that they had multiple Pokemon Centers out here. And I didn't really buy anything, but it was really cool to see. I just really wanted to see that statue, that Mewtwo, and I'm glad I got to take a picture with it. The Nintendo store also was really cool. It's not as good as the one in New York, obviously, but they did have a massive amount of amiibos. And I mean, I don't collect amiibos anymore, but they had almost every freaking amiibo you could imagine. All of them, which is pretty cool. So for day 3, I'm probably going to head over to Tokyo Tower. Definitely want to scratch that off the list. Then I'm going to head over to Tokyo Dome City and check out. They have a really nice amusement park outdoors. They also have some indoor roller coasters. But we'll see what happens from there. I'm running out of money, so the money that I have in my wallet is going to be left over for today. And then the rest of it's for food, and then we're done with the trip, and it's time to head back to the mainland.
There's more to come. Run until you die. Shoot.
Guys, so today is the final day and the trip is pretty much over. Checkout is at 11 o'clock. It is currently 5 a.m. Breakfast opens up at 6, so I'm gonna head down and have my last buffet breakfast meal. And then we'll see what happens from there. The flight doesn't leave till 3:25 in the afternoon. Boarding is usually around 2 o'clock. But since I have to check out at 11, I'll probably check out, drop off my luggage at bag claim, and probably head back out to the arcades one more time and use up all the spare change that I have before I head back. Now, I did pick up a couple more games. I really only picked up 2 extra games. As I said before, I got Legendary Axe. I found that for cheap. And I got Space Harrier, which I also found for pretty cheap. Basically, anything that's super cheap, I just would go back and grab it. So I'll look again today. And if I find anything else for pretty low prices, I'll pick them up. The inventory seems to kind of change on the day. Most of the same stuff is there, but every once in a while there'll be something a little bit different. So since I have so much spare time before I need to start heading back to the airport, I'll probably pop my head in one more time, see if there's anything new and cheap in there. And like I said, I want to get rid of all the spare coins that I have. I don't want to change any money back to US dollars because the US dollar is way stronger than the yen. So if I give them $2,000 in yen, I'm probably only going to get back a couple dollars, and I'm going to lose money. And then they're also going to charge me an exchange rate. So it doesn't make any logical sense to change my money back. So I might as well spend the rest of it here. And then that's it. We'll make our way back to the States and the trip is done.